Hello everyone. I noticed in my previous few videos I've not stated my name, so here it is. If you're new here to this channel, my name is Blessing, but you can also call me Lady B. As you watch, do endeavor to press the subscribe button to subscribe, and as well the notification bell, especially if you know you enjoy this topic and every other video of mine. All right, thank you. So this is the part 2 of my last video where I've been talking about rituals in the African context. In most African rituals, objects like clay pots, cowries, and masks for festivals are used. The last one, which is the mask. These masks are placed on the face in homage to the ancestors. Most of these masks are painstakingly handmade in homage to some of the African ancestors, just like we have in today's world pictures of our loved ones. Today, rather than use or make masks, humanity has embraced the use of technology by having pictures and videos of our loved ones or friends and any family members. The mask placed on the face of the dancers wherever you find an African festival being practiced are not literally there to scare people away, but of course when it's on the face, depending on how the mask is crafted, some of these masks do look scary, and this has been used in some occasions, or shall I say many occasions, to scare people away. But that wasn't actually the intention. The intention was not to scare people as humans away, but to scare evil away, to scare evil spirits or evil, that term evil, away in the spiritual realm, which could also manifest in the physical realm, that is here on it. But these are being taken advantage of wrongly in what is being currently practiced. The intentions of these festivals are for Thanksgiving, so they are meant to be a form of a sacrifice of Thanksgiving, where the community is usually the community, because the African culture embraces a lot of communal relationship. So when the community comes together, everyone is supposed to brace up, to dance, to be happy, and appreciate the contribution of the ancestors or the creator in our world. That was the intention. So you see a lot of African culture is embedded in dancing. Africans love to dance. You might wonder why, and how is this so common in the African culture at large? This is why, because of the ritual of being thankful. The African culture is embedded and is scripted around Thanksgiving, appreciation, community, relationship, improving relationship with others and with the ancestors, deities, and the creator. Another aspect to African rituals is the sacrifice of animals. Not just any animals. There are specific animals that are meant to be used in the sacrifice. These specific animals are lambs and sheep, and these animals are uniquely picked to meet a certain standard, in that the animals have to be spotless in the sense of the absence of defect, physical defect, that has to be presented to the deities, ancestors, or the creator, just like it's narrated in the Old Testament of the Bible as well. The offering of sacrifice in the Old Testament, like I previously said, mimics the offering of sacrifices in the ancient African tradition. In some cases, birds like doves and pigeons are also used. These doves and pigeons are presented by people who are not able to afford presenting a lamb or a sheep because of the affordability. Those who cannot afford the animals are given the chance to present a more affordable option. As well, things like grains, like flowers, the use of salt and honey, depending on the criteria involved in that ritual. Things like this are also presented in the use of sacrifices to deities, the ancestors, or the creator. But unfortunately, over the years, especially since the existence of enslavement and colonization, the performance of the African rituals has taken a downturn and deviated to embracing more of witchcraft, wizardry in the performance of these rituals, which has deviated from the initial intention of sacrificing to heal the land, heal the relationship between people and their creator or the ancestors, to destroying one another, harming the environment, destroying other people's life. The pain derived from this experience of enslavement, colonization in the entire continent has seen a great rise, a bettered out of pain from suffering and enslavement and bitterness, seeing one's family and loved ones being murdered right in one's face has caused such great pain in the African culture, in the entirety of the African culture, that has given birth to rituals that were meant to encourage the act of holiness, thanksgiving, and purity amongst us and in the society, now sees the rise of using the same ritual to cause harm, pain amongst people in the society, and has grown with time from one generation to another generation. Who knows? Maybe this was how the ancestors back then were able to fight back the enslavement and colonization which they experienced by using the same ritual. We don't know. It could be one of the ways that was used, and this became normal, which was passed from one generation to another generation. Now, that same pain that has birthed this type of evil ritual performance has seen a great rise in the current African culture. A lot of harm is being done to one another. Jealousy, revenge, hate, and unhealthy competition between rivals. And these rivals could be within the same family, amongst friends, or beyond. There's a lot of this going on right now in the current African culture, which is quite unfortunate, and it's got to stop. Because at the end of the day, the way the earth functions is whatever you sow, whatever you sow, I had to repeat that severally, you will reap. If you sow evil by using an African ritual performance that is meant to heal relationship, to connect us with the Creator, if you then use that to harm other people out of envy, jealousy, hate, unhealthy competition, you will reap the evil. And it's happening. It's happening. We see the result of this evil ritual performance when people go the extra mile to use the performance of these rituals to harm other people. They succeed in harming the people. But guess what? Months later, few years down the lane, the repercussion is greater and more devastating than envisaged. That's how it works, these rituals. It comes back with a bang against the one that is using that same ritual to harm other people or to do evil, like we know it. And some of these rituals today being performed in some of the African culture even go beyond the use of animals and grains and birds like pigeons and doves. Some of these rituals also use humans. They kidnap human beings and use them to perform rituals in order to become wealthy. A wealth gotten from evil dealing, whether by practically hurting other people or bringing other people down, or by the use of performing an African ritual, is going to come back in full force to harm that person who has gotten involved in such evil. And this is what we see currently in the performance of the African rituals, which was not the initial intention. It was an effective way, but that was not the initial intention. A lot has happened over the years that has spilled over to this current generation of ours, whereby some Africans, or few Africans shall I say, are using the performance of these rituals to do evil, to harm other people, to kill other people, to destroy lives. And they think they will get away with it. You want to get rich, you work for it. Don't go taking other people's life by the performance of a ritual that is meant for the creator or the ancestors because of how effective you think it is or how fast effective you think it is. It's selfish when you come to think of it. It's a selfish act because those who indulge in things like this don't think of the good of others but themselves, which is selfish and inhuman. For one to be human is the African way, which is embedded in the ancient culture. For the present Africans to understand their culture in-depthly, he or she must be re-educated. So you've got to unlearn your presuppositions and start learning the true ancient African traditions of humanity, spirituality, nature, holiness, purity, love, community, hospitality, family, and God, the Creator, an appreciation of the contributions of our ancestors who existed before us in order for us to exist. The African culture has a lot to offer than we can ever envisage. If good knowledge is not acquired, it is very easy to misunderstand. Hence, just as a Christian can attend university to study theology in order to understand Christianity better, Africans should make it priority in their universities for their culture to be relearned, studied of what these ancient, or shall I say, our ancestors intended it to be from the beginning, which is of good and not of evil. Thank you very much for watching and listening. It's been a great process to go through. It's not something I thought I would talk about, but looking back right now, I'm glad that I have been brave enough to attempt to talk about these controversial topics. See you next time. Take care now. Bye.